Live, this is News 8 at 11.
A silent killer. Two friends die after their car fills with carbon monoxide. It's a horrible tragedy, and we'll tell you how you can prevent something like this from happening to you. We've got your back.
Asleep on the job, a police officer caught on camera taking a snooze in his cruiser. What does the department have to say about it? Tonight we went digging for answers.
And it's the big vote determining the future of the Rockcats in Hartford. That decision just came down, and it's game on. But we begin tonight with breaking news. It's happening in Norwalk. I-95 is shut down right now because of a reported stabbing on a bus and a shooting as well. Hi, everybody. Glad you're with us. I'm Ann Craig.
I'm Darren Kramer. The northbound side of the highway closed between exits 13 and 14 right now. Here's a look at that scene there. We just got off the phone with state police. Call came in a while ago about somebody on the bus with a knife. Someone on board the bus was stabbed. Unclear at the moment how many victims we're talking about here. A trooper, state police tell us, shot the person with the knife. Reports that everyone involved has been taken to Norwalk Hospital. We don't know yet about the injuries or how serious they are. You can see the reported pictures we've been getting, and there are reports tonight that it was a Dahlia coach bus that is unconfirmed at the moment. The road again shut down. I-95 closed northbound in Norwalk between exits 13 and 14 as this whole mess is sorted out. A news conference has been scheduled for midnight. We have a crew on the way. We're going to have a live report when they get there. We'll have more information here as soon as we get it on News 8.
Well, now to our other top story tonight. The Rockcats will be getting a new stadium in Hartford. That vote just came down late this evening.
Yeah, just a few minutes ago. With that stadium comes much more for the downtown north area. Mega complex of retail and apartments there is on the way. And News 8's Bob Wilson was there for the vote tonight. He is live now with the latest. Bob, it looks like Hartford is ready to play ball, right?
I think they're ready to play ball here in Hartford. A lot of it. Look, just take a look around here. Look at all these smiling faces. Are you guys out there? They are happy. They have put in 5 months of work, and they have done it. Let's just start. Well, I'm just going to go down the line here. Kind of tell me, you're one of the major investors. Tell me a little bit about what's going on and how excited you are. I mean, you put a lot of time in.
Absolutely. It's been a very long road, and today was a substantial milestone moment. It was a vote of confidence, I think, in both the city of Hartford, but as well as a vote of confidence in the staff, the administration, as well as the development team. So we're excited. First inning, let's play ball.
All right, I like that. I like that. All right, let's go over here. We got the mayor. I know you've been talking about this for a long time, and you're pretty excited about it.
Very excited, but most importantly, I think that this was a great opportunity for our city to come together. I want to just thank the residents who made their voices known, city council, the investors, everyone who really had something to do with this. This is very important to our city, for all of us to be together and chime in on the future of Hartford.
Tell me, how, owner of the Rockcats, what does this mean for you to be able to see this bring the Rockcats to Hartford?
I couldn't be happier. I'm thrilled to be part of the renaissance that's taking place in Hartford, and watching the city come together around such a positive project has been great. I'm just thrilled to be a part of it.
All right, take a look. We'll let you guys go and talk to some of the other guys here. But it's been a long process for them. Started back in June. And tonight, a lot of smiles, a lot of happiness. Happy developer back there who's proven what he can do up in who can do in New Haven as well as out the Husky Park. We've seen what he can do. So now we're going to see what they can build, and when they put the shovel in the ground remains to be seen, because they have a date of 2016 when they have to bring this to fruition. So we'll have to kind of wait and see how this unfolds. But that's what's going on. A lot of happiness here in Hartford. I'm Bob Wilson, reporting live, News 8.
All right, Bob, thanks very much. New developments tonight after a high school soccer coach was arrested for allegedly sending a dirty video to some teenage girls. According to court documents, 57-year-old Jeffrey Soroy made a video of him touching himself, put it on the social media app Snapchat. Police say 5 teenage girls on his soccer team at E.O. Smith High School saw the video. Soroy, who's married, told police the video was meant for his girlfriend. He told police when he realized the mistake he made, he deleted it. Soroy was fired from his coaching job and is due back in court later this month.
A 5-year-old Hamden girl spending the weekend at her father's home finds a gun right underneath her pillow. New Haven police arrested 43-year-old Shaquan Hayes. Police say when his daughter got back home on Monday, she told her mom all about it. Well, cops searched that house and they found a .38 caliber revolver along with drugs and drug packing materials. Hayes is a convicted felon, and tonight he's facing a new charge, criminal possession of a firearm.
Tonight, a new Fairfield father hoping that people will pay close attention to how he likely lost his 19-year-old daughter over the weekend.
That's right. Police broke the news to him that his daughter and her friend were found dead inside of a car in a parking garage. The rest of the details point to what some say is just dangerous, but it's also a common thing. News 8's Aaron Logan talked to mechanics who say tragedies like this are upsetting because they just shouldn't happen.
When 19-year-old Amy Nicole Nickerson left her parents' new Fairfield home, they expected her to come back with details about a music party she was helping promote at Toad's Place in New Haven. They did not expect this nightmare, a visit from police, letting them know their daughter and a friend, 28-year-old Michael Longo Jr. of Monroe, were found dead in his car with the engine running.
I got a 17-year-old. That's heartbreaking.
Timothy Jerome, manager at McGill's Garage in New Haven, says this is definitely not the first time he's heard a story like this.
Very upsetting. It's something so simple that doesn't have to happen, but unfortunately, not everybody knows about it.
Police say the car had a blown-out tire and a damaged exhaust system. When the officer opened the door, he was overwhelmed with the smell of exhaust. They believe Nickerson and Longo died of carbon monoxide poisoning.
If you do have an exhaust leak, sometimes you don't smell it, and if you go to sleep, that's it. You might not wake up.
Jerome says this is a wake-up call not just for teens, but adults. No matter what the case is, don't put yourself in a position to fall asleep in a car that's running.
Snowstorms, car stuck on the side of the road, too much snow over the bumper in the back, clogs the pipe. People go to sleep waiting for somebody to come, and they don't wake up.
That was News 8's Aaron Logan reporting. Police say they were told by security personnel at that parking garage that there were no surveillance cameras, so they're just not sure how long the two were in that car. They're still waiting on an official cause of death from the medical examiner's office.
A Willimantic police officer caught in what appears to be snoozing on the job. And News 8, the first to talk to the woman who captured it on camera. Take a look at the picture there. Sure looks like that patrol officer supervisor is sleeping in his cruiser in a parking lot right off of Main Street. A News 8 viewer took that picture around 9:30 Tuesday morning. She says sleeping on the job in that parking lot is part of his morning routine. She says she's seen it a bunch of times before.
We did call the police department the first time, and within seconds he was gone. But he's still there at least once or twice a week sleeping, to the point that you could drive around his car to see if he's sleeping, drive back, and still take a photo of him.
And he doesn't wake up.
He doesn't wake up.
Well, we went to the police department looking for answers. They tell News 8 it is a personnel matter and is under investigation. The name of that snoozing officer has not been released. This isn't the first time a police officer's fallen asleep on the job. You might remember back in July, a News 8 viewer sent us this picture of an East Haven officer sleeping in his cruiser, complete with a neck pillow. We took neighbors' concerns to the police chief there. He told us sleeping on the job is not allowed. He said he would look into the matter. That's the last we've heard of it. Also in July, an officer in Clinton in uniform asleep in his cruiser. A viewer sent us this picture too. And the Clinton Police Department also told News 8 that sleeping on the job is not allowed.
Normal daytime temperatures this time of year are in the low to mid 60s. Look where we are just after 11 o'clock. Still 68 in Fairhaven, 65 Derby, Easton at 68, Clinton and Haddam in the mid 60s, Groton 66, and one of the cooler spots, only 60 right now in Tolland. There's a lot of humidity around, and we'll start with patchy fog in the morning. 63 Shoreline, 72 by lunch. Some passing scattered showers, very humid, windy too. Wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour at times. 75 Shoreline, just shy of 80 inland, and this happens without the sunshine. It's all because of the wind coming in from a warm direction, gusting to 20 to 30 miles per hour. Head from Storm Team 8 in less than 15 minutes. This will probably do it for the summer-like temperatures and humidity. A serious rain threat with some flooding possible on Thursday, and back to the autumn chill for the second half of the weekend. We're back in less than 15.
All right, Justin, thank you. The CDC is scrambling to figure out how a Dallas nurse got infected with Ebola. That nurse was wearing a mask, shield, and gloves. And now many worry if she still contracted that deadly virus, who else is at risk? 26-year-old Nina Pham is she's a critical care nurse. She was on that team caring for Ebola patient Thomas Eric Duncan. Duncan, as you recall, died last week. Pham has gotten a potentially life-saving blood transfusion. It's from that American doctor who recently recovered from Ebola. Well, his blood is just packed with antibodies to fight that virus, and so far it seems to be working. Pham is now in stable condition, but health officials are still in heightened alert, trying to figure out how that virus was transmitted for the first time on U.S. soil.
A single infection in a healthcare worker is unacceptable. And what we're doing at this point is looking at everything we can do to minimize that risk so those who are caring for her do that safely and effectively.
And all of this comes as the Ebola death rate in West Africa has now reached 70%. A World Health Organization warns the country could see up to 10,000 new cases of Ebola per week within 2 months. Darren?
And a secretary for the town of East Haven who is suing the mayor for sexual harassment says the town is trying to fire her in retaliation for her lawsuit. There was a hearing in East Haven today, on the pending firing of Francine Carbone. She's suing Mayor Joe Matero for sexual harassment. City says it is firing Carbone for not showing up for work. Carbone's lawyers say she's out on medical leave.
They're still disciplining her. Exactly what the mayor predicted would happen the day that he was served with the charges of sexual harassment.
Carbone asked that the hearing be open to the public. The city said it's a personnel matter, and they closed the hearing. Carbone accuses Maturo of a number of lewd comments and gestures.
Well, still ahead tonight right here on News 8, a dramatic rescue. Take a look at that. That car off a ravine, the driver stuck inside.
Also, two of the world's biggest companies will now cover something extra under their insurance. Might surprise you, too. We'll tell you what that is when we come back here in less than 2 minutes.
For somebody like you owning a business, we have to watch to see what the overall theme is. Is it going to come closer, move further out? Even when I'm not at work, I'm still really keeping tabs, just so somebody like you knows, hey, this thing is a big deal for us. We need to prepare now.
2 park rangers in Boston are recovering tonight after being stabbed earlier today in Boston Common. It happened around 4:30. Police say both of those rangers were stabbed multiple times by a homeless man. That man was arrested, and tonight one of those park rangers has serious injuries and is fighting for his life.
A dramatic rescue in Northern California. A 28-year-old woman trapped in her car after it rolls 500 feet down a ravine.
And it was hard for authorities to even find her, but thanks to her cell phone of all things, they were able to save her life. ABC's John Ehrlichman has more.
This gives you an idea just how far 28-year-old Melissa Vasquez's car rolled after veering off Mount Hamilton, which overlooks Silicon Valley.
She was about 500 feet down, steep ravine with heavy brush.
After suffering major injuries, the driver from Campbell, California, was airlifted by a U.S. Coast Guard helicopter, then wheeled off to Regional Medical Center in San Jose. But initially finding her was not easy. Authorities tried to use the OnStar navigation system.
We had OnStar turn on the vehicle's horn. We also had officers turn on sirens at different locations nearby to see if OnStar could hear the sirens to try to triangulate the location.
But as the hours passed, Vasquez's family reported her missing. Then officers went to her house, cracked the password on her iPad, and used the Find My Phone feature.
They're getting a hit on a GPS from the Find My iPhone app. We'll have them screenshot that, find my iPhone, and send it out.
It led them to this hidden location in a ravine off Mount Hamilton. The sheriff's department was called, and she was rescued Tuesday morning.
The woman's been getting x-rays and other tests at a local hospital, and police expect her to survive. John Ehrlichman for ABC News, Los Angeles.
Two of the world's biggest companies offering a new incentive for women that work for them. Facebook and Apple will now pay to freeze the eggs of their female employees. Facebook is already covering that procedure under its insurance benefits. Apple will follow suit by January. Both companies will cover the cost up to $20,000. That allows women to put their fertility on hold so they can have children later in life. What do you think about that? Should companies cover that type of procedure? We want to hear what you think. Just call our Voice of the People hotline, number 203-212-WTNH, and we'll air some of your messages weeknights during our 5:30 p.m. newscast.
Well, in the last 2 days, over 350 reports of severe weather, at least a dozen confirmed tornadoes all the way from the Midwest to the South. In Chattanooga, Tennessee, morning mudslides closed a highway there. In Alabama, storms turned deadly overnight, a falling tree killing one woman and injuring her husband. Neighbor Kelly Lane saw the victim's husband run from the house.
I heard the tree and it fell, and he started screaming, "Help, help, help, help."
I tried everything I could to get her out, but there was a tree on top of her.
And in Starkville, Mississippi, just a jumbled mess of power lines and debris.
All right, Justin's back to talk about our weather and this hurricane that's offshore. Not going to hit us directly, but it's going to have an impact on our weather here, right?
It'll enhance the rain on Thursday, and the newest update on the hurricane just in, it has strengthened, and that is not good news. The track is looking very similar. We'll discuss that in just a moment. Winds now up to 125 miles per hour. Category 3 storm. Well-defined eye center of circulation right there. To orient you, just under my name is the island of Puerto Rico. There's San Juan. Let's pull the perspective out. You'll get a better look. Here's the island of Bermuda that we're really focusing on. There's the eastern seaboard. All the orange, that's the big rain that's coming. That's the front. That's our saving grace. However, with the front and the hurricane, it'll act to siphon up some tropical moisture. Let's look at the track here for the island of Bermuda. Becoming a Category 4 hurricane, winds approaching 145 to 150 miles per hour. Here we have this frozen early Friday morning as a Category 3 storm, and watch the track right over the island of Bermuda. This has been fairly consistent all day today. All indications are it will be a direct hit on Friday. Our thoughts and our prayers certainly with Bermuda that it is not complete destruction, so we hope for that. All right, here locally, a lot of humidity in the air tonight, tomorrow, Thursday. Friday and Saturday we dry out, but we have a very wet day to get through on Thursday. Muggy right now, Durham 64, 66 in North Haven, 64 East Hartford. It's 63 in Oakdale and 66 in Noank. Lots of warm temperatures across the Northeast, but cooler temperatures back to the west. There is the front that will be coming on through. It takes its sweet time coming on in. It is not a fast mover. To the hour-by-hour forecast we go. Spotty showers tomorrow. It is not an all-day rain out. Here comes the all-day rain for Thursday. Look at this wall of water on top of us all day long Thursday. Wind gusting to 20 to 30 miles per hour. That'll add to the flooding concerns because of the leaves on the ground in addition to the heavy rain. I think localized street flooding for the morning and evening commute on Thursday will be your biggest concern, and leave yourself extra time. Mid-60s right now, 64 a very common number. We don't drop at all tonight. 62 to 63. Areas of fog. It's very sticky and steamy. This is a good air conditioner night. 75, close to 80 tomorrow. Record high inland is 85 with some passing showers. Your 8-day forecast Thursday is just a wet day, just pouring rain. But look at the temperatures drop by the second half of the weekend. Cooler and blustery. So we need to get through Thursday. It's nice weather for the weekend.
Sounds good, Justin.
Yep.
Thank you.
Justin, thank you.
President Obama will be in Bridgeport tomorrow. He's coming to the city to campaign for Governor Malloy's re-election.
And one man from Trumbull is taking full advantage of that opportunity to see the commander-in-chief. Take a look at this. This is Joe Garbo. This picture was sent to us by Reported. He's 92 years young. And when he heard that President Obama was coming to town, he was not going to miss it. Garbo waited in line with his caregiver for hours just to get a ticket to that event. The president is going to be at Central High School tomorrow, and Joe Garbo will be right there in the audience.
Good for him.
Good for him.
All right, coming up here in a moment, we're following the breaking news in Norwalk right now on I-95. Northbound shutdown after a trooper-involved shooting. We're going to have a live report from that scene when we come back. We want to go back to our breaking news tonight on I-95 North in Norwalk after a trooper-involved shooting on a bus.
Right, I-95 is shut down between exits 13 and 14. We want to go right out to the scene. News 8's Aaron Logan is there live tonight with the latest. Aaron, what can you tell us?
Well, Ann and Darren, I just got off the phone with State Police Lieutenant Paul Vance. He tells me that the officer did, in fact, have to pull his gun out because there was a man with a knife on the bus that went after that state trooper, and that earlier there were people on this white bus that you see here, this Dahlia bus, that were also injured by this man with the knife. Now, the bus had to pull over in this construction zone off of exit 14. On our way here from New Haven, we started seeing multiple state police cruisers flying by trying to get to the scene from Fairfield on down here in Norwalk. And this bus has been put aside here for quite a while in the construction zone. There's still people on that bus. And State Police Lieutenant Paul Vance is on his way here now to do a press conference to update us. Now, he did say that the man who was shot was injured. It seems to be non-life-threatening injuries, but that is not yet confirmed. He's on his way here now. But again, a very chaotic scene here for well over an hour. Traffic at a standstill for quite a while, but it is moving here along I-95 northbound at exit 14. We'll continue to update you on this story on WTNH.com. And of course, we'll have more on our morning show tomorrow starting at 4:30 on Good Morning Connecticut. For now, we're live in Norwalk. Aaron Logan, News 8.
All right, Aaron, thanks.
All right, we'll be right back after this.
The News 8 investigators. Tell them what's on your mind right now.
Justin's got one more check on your forecast.
Yeah, let's take a look at the 8-day forecast. Tomorrow it's spotty showers, it's muggy, it's breezy, mid-70s shoreline. Watch the rain, it's heavy at times on Thursday. And as we head through the weekend, we dry out. Temperatures Saturday right where they should be, mid-60s. But Sunday, if you're thinking of that day, just put the sweater on, be outside, and feel like it's November, I think Sunday is your day. Look at those overnight low temperatures. Hope the wood-burning stoves are in order and the fireplaces as well. Gil Simmons has your updated forecast tomorrow morning on Good Morning Connecticut at 4:30.
All right, Justin, thank you.
No, what are you working on tonight?
Well, your Kansas City Royals are looking good. I don't know, they're yours.
They're not mine, but
okay. Somebody's rooting for the Royals. Maybe not out in these woods, but yeah, the Royals surprising everybody, so they just keep winning. So we'll have that. We'll have the National League Championship Series game and some football sprinkled in as well. So it's all coming up next on Sports Edge.
I know it. Thank you. Maybe they're your Royals. I don't know. Have a good night.
Just trying to bring you in, you know?
Yeah, well, come on in. That's it for now. No on sports coming up next. Have a great night.
Good night.
Live. This is Sports Edge.
Yes, plenty of playoff baseball today. We'll start out in San Francisco, where Ann's Giants and Cardinals end up in extra innings with the best-of-7 game series tied at 1. Giants had jumped out to a 4-0 lead in the first inning, but the Cardinals chip away. Here you go in the 7th. Randall Grichuk unloads on a Tim Hudson pitch. That ties the game at 4. From that point on, both offenses quiet. In fact, the Giants mustered only 2 hits from the 2nd inning all the way to the 10th. But in the 10th, the Giants get a runner on. Juan Perez tries to bunt. He fails. It works out all for the better. He ends up getting a single instead. That puts runners at 1st and 2nd, and now Gregor Blanco's turn to lay down the bunt. He lays down a good one, and Cardinal pitcher Randy Choate goes to first but throws it away. That allows the winning run to score in the 10th inning. So the Giants get it done. 5-4. The Giants now lead the best-of-7 game series 2-1. Over in the American League, the Kansas City Royals have been the surprise of the postseason. They go into Baltimore and take the first 2 games of that series against the Orioles. Tonight, home in KC, the Royals make it 3-0 now. Orioles went up 1-0, but the Royals just hang in there, and with timely hitting and great defense, they pull it out. Here's where they tie it. Alex Gordon to ground ball with the bases loaded, so it's 1-1. Then here's the defense we're talking about. Mike Moustakas goes over, and lays it all out, up and over, to make the great catch on the pop-up in foul territory. How about that catch? And this is what the Royals have been doing all postseason long. They get their 2nd run on a sacrifice fly and win it 2-1, so the Royals are now just 1 win away from a trip to the World Series. Well, now to hockey, the Rangers and Islanders. Even in October, it's fun when these rivals hook up, although no fun for the Rangers tonight. They got their doors blown off at the Garden. Although Rick Nash stays hot as can be for the Rangers, scores his 5th goal of the season. By the way, he and his wife just had a little boy on Sunday. All's going well for him, except not for his team. It was all about the Islanders tonight. Johnny Boychuk ties the game on the power play here with his goal here. A lot of poor passing, really lazy plays by the Rangers. And John Tavares, the former Sound Tiger, takes advantage here with the goal. The Islanders score 4 goals in the third period, end up winning the game. 6-3 is the final. The Rangers are now 1-3 to start this season. For the first time this season, the Yale football team is doing something it hasn't had to do. Practice after a loss. The Bulldogs lost the game on Saturday to Dartmouth. They feel they should have won it. They had a 10-point lead at the half, but just couldn't throw that knockout punch against Big Green. So now the Bulldogs have to get ready for a game against Colgate on Saturday. And despite calling it the toughest loss in his 3 years as head coach, Tony Reno says he thinks his team will respond.
I looked the kids in the eye on Sunday for the first time after a game where we didn't win, and I saw a little bit of a burn in there. So that's what it should be.
It's been relatively calm compared to past years, especially. I think we really believe that we're capable of playing like we did in the first 3 weeks, and we're capable of, there's no drastic changes necessary. We just have to keep doing what we do best.
Kickoff Saturday set for 1 o'clock at Yale Bowl. So why would a professional athlete making nearly $500,000 steal from a department store? I'm sure a lot of people want to know the answer to that question. Dallas Cowboys running back Joseph Randle was arrested last night. Police in Frisco, Texas, say he took a package of underwear and a bottle of cologne, concealed them in a bag, and then left a Dillard's department store. He's been charged with misdemeanor theft. Probably more embarrassing than anything else for Randle. The guy is making about $500,000 a year, $495,000 is a base salary, and he's stealing about $120 worth of merchandise. All right, that's going to do it for us here on Sports Edge tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Have a terrific night. We'll look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow.